Okay, hello and welcome everybody to the April 3rd patch notes for NAEU servers. We're going to get right into it. We have a lot of character changes, one of them being Ranger Succession. Ranger Succession is getting some cooldown reduction on Binding Arrow, Prime Razor Wind, going from 8 to 7, so 1 second down there. Prime Charging Wind is now going to combo a little better into Penetrating Wind. Tearing Shot is going to go from 15 to 8 seconds. They've improved the comboing into Charging Wind. It can no longer be charged, and the debuff has been moved from air attack to a down attack. And finally, they've removed the bleeding damage on hits, and they removed the damage reduction per each additional target hit from target 2 onward for PvE only. Roaring Arrow has been changed from a cooldown from 20 to 10 seconds. They've added a forward guard to the skill, and they changed the knockdown to be applied in PvE only. That is your Shift X, Shift C. And for Fury Arrow, which is a Shift Z again, we have the cooldown being changed from 15 to 10 seconds. It's comboing better into Charging Wind. It will no longer consume stamina per skill attack, and it can fire up to 7 shots. And they removed the knockback on hits. On Maehwa, we got changes to Awakening. They've improved the combos smoothly from attack 1 to 2 on Tip of an Iceberg flow. Petal Swirl, the cooldown goes from 10 to 7 seconds. Moonrise from 8 to 7. Then Cloud Stab, the cooldown goes down by 1 second from 8 to 7. Oppression going down to 7 from 9. Petal Drill, the cooldown has changed from 5 seconds to 7 seconds, so that's going up a little bit. It's gaining a skill add-on tier for that. And they've moved the movement speed reduction on its debuff to Mark. And they've also removed the all DP reduction debuff, and they added an all AP plus 20 for 10 seconds instead. Frost Pillar, they removed the critical hit rate buff, and on Petal Bloom, they added an all minus 30 DP for 10 seconds on hit on that. Otherwise, we have some small damage adjustments in the numbers of 500 to 1000, well, mostly 500% range, but the PvP modifier is moving with it, so it looks like a general PvE buff. Some skills like Oppression have moved up significantly, going from almost 2000 to 4000, but the damage modifier has gone up from 59 to 79 as well, just as a small highlight. For Wizard and Witch, the magic lighthouse that drew the monster's attention is being completely reworked. So we have, for Witch and Wizard in both cases, the magical shield has been changed as following. They've changed the duration to consume mana equal to the N percentage of damage received. So the effect used to be 30 seconds, it's going to be 1 minute now. They've also doubled the cooldown from 1 minute to 2 minutes. The all resistance effect lasts for the same 30 seconds as before. They've also changed the percentage of damage received, consumed as mana, from 10, 15, 20, 25% down to 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10%. So the overall percentage of damage received has gone down. This is in conjunction with the Magic Lighthouse, so the Magic Lighthouse no longer does the magic debuff and aggro gains. It will now be a passive skill connected to Spellbound Heart. So it will apply the following effects based on which wizard's actions while Gore, Tet, Iron Mag, or the Spellbound Heart's magical object is summoned. So it will affect that. Spellbound Heart will gain plus 2000 MP when using the magical shield while the magical object is summoned, and it will recover 50% of MP when using Healing Aura while the magical object is summoned. The summon for Gore, Tet, Anne, and Marge, it will apply a 2800 mana for 1 minute when using Magical Shield while the Keeper is summoned, and it also recovers up to 50% of the mana when healing Aura is used while the Keeper is summoned. Wizard Awakening, they've improved that Arn and Madge completely recover their health each time they perform a combo attack through your skills. They've added details to the relevant skill descriptions regarding empowered effects when Anna and Marge are summoned. Hellfire, they've changed the debuff on hits from a stun to a knockdown. The point at which the debuff is applied has been changed accordingly. They've changed the defensive effect from a forward guard to a forward guard going into super armor during the skill. No defensive effect is applied during the return motion. They've changed the Empower of the skill during Marge Rage effect, and they removed the Mana Recovery on hit effect. For Magma Bomb, they've changed the required level from 59 to 58, and they changed the defensive effect from forward guard to forward guard during the skill. Flames Calling, they've changed to automatically activate upon using Magma Bomb, and you can no longer use it by itself. They've also removed the Down Smash debuff. Torrential Cascade, they've added a stiffness on hits. They've improved to combo more smoothly from Aqua Bomb from Aqua Bomb and Magical Evasion, and it's been improved to combo smoothly into other skills. Chilling Wave, they've removed the movement speed reduction on hits debuff. They've changed the cooldown from 13 to 11 seconds, and for that they've also downed the skill add-on tier. The change of the critical hit rate used to be plus 10 for 10 seconds, now it's plus 30 for 10 seconds. Flame Knot, they've improved to turn the character according to the camera direction during the grapple motion. Cataclysm, they moved the all evasion rate debuff on hits to Barrage of Water, and they've changed the casting speed buff from plus 10 for 10 seconds to plus 20% for 10 seconds. This effect does not stack with that of Barrage of Water. Barrage of Water has been changed to attack after proceeding with the casting motion, regardless of the enemy's location. They've reduced the travel distance accordingly. They've also changed to now detect collision while moving. The cooldown has changed from 14 seconds to 7 seconds, and they reduced the attack area, removing the damage distribution effect. Aqua Chill Explosion, they've changed to apply the movement speed minus 20 for 5 seconds on hits without the Arn's Touch effect, and they've added an old AP minus 16 for 10 seconds on hits with Arn's Touch effect active. Elementalization changed from 7 to 5 seconds, and they've changed the defensive effect from before it used to be a super armor at the start and invincibility while moving, and it will now be invincibility with super armor during the skill. Magical Evasion has been changed to go from super armor to invincibility, then into super armor. They've changed the stamina cost from 100 to 200, and they changed the collision detection to match the motions with none while moving but activated after landing. Damage buffs are going across the board again. We're seeing a few 2000s steps up, but with matching PvP modifiers again, going up like 10 or 20%. This could be kind of a balance. I think they might become too powerful, but we'll see how the changes will affect. For the Witch, we have the same changes as for Wizard for Gore and Tet, again completely recovering their HP. Voltaic Pulse, they've changed casting speed to increase from 10 to 20% for 10 seconds, again not stacking with the speed spell. They removed the damage increase buff during Tet's Ascent, and they changed the skill to apply its damage for pulling attacks as well. They've added a stiffness debuff on pulling hits during Tet's Ascent, and they moved the all evasion rate reduction on hits to Thunderstorm from Voltaic Pulse. Thunderstorm has now been changed to from a cooldown of 8 seconds to 6 seconds, and they moved the movement speed reduction down to Yoke of Ordeal. Equilibrium Break, they've removed the add score effect to attack 1, and they've changed that it now applies damage during the first motion with Gore's Blessing. Lightning Blast has been changed that they removed attack 1 and changed to now always start with attack 2. They've added a critical hit rate plus 18 for 10 seconds when using the skill. Yoke of Ordeal is one of the biggest ones with changes, so it's changed attack 1 hits to apply a knockback, same as before, and attack 2 hits applies a knockdown. The knockback and knockdown on hits debuffs are applied for PvE as well. They fixed the description text regarding how to perform extra attacks, removed text regarding a skill consuming mana for extra attacks. A movement attack speed debuff of minus 15 for 5 seconds on hits has been added. They've moved the critical hit rate buff to Lightning Blast, and they changed to be empowered by Gore's Blessing and Tet's Ascent. Cooldown has changed from 13 to 11 seconds. Barrage of Lightning, they've changed the cooldown from 15 to 11 seconds, and it will now instantly attack without casting. They've also changed it to also move forward during the skill. The defensive effect, which is now super armor during the skill, going into super armor into forward guard during the skill. They've reduced the attack area. Fissure Wave, they've changed the cooldown from 3 to 6 seconds. They removed the text regarding the flow perfect sign, and they've added as a skills attack 2 details. and they changed the skill's entire motion to be empowered during Gore's Blessing and Tet's Ascent. Magical Evasion, same changes as for Wizard. Super Armor going into Invincibility into Super Armor. Stamina cost has been doubled from 100 to 200. Again, they improved the turn with the camera direction when performed backwards, and they changed the collision detection to match the motions. Damage-wise, which is not getting too much in some cases, Equilibrium Break, for example, with the Gore's Blessing and such, not a lot of damage going up. Then Fissure Wave is going up by 1,000. The PvP modifier is heavily increasing though, from 31 to 58. Similar on a few other skills, she's going up by 3,000 with Gore's Blessing, but it is immediately being counteracted with a PvP modifier change. Similar changes in Thunderstorm, there the PvP modifier is actually going down, so a little bit more PvP damage. Barrage of Lightning, we have a case of the PvP modifier going up with the percentage, but not as strongly. Multi Pulse, a lot of PvP modifier being adjusted for very little damage gain. Lightning Blast, similar. Big gain on the PvP modifier, big gain on the damage. So it should be plus minus 1. Mystic Succession has also a lot of changes. We got Typhoon Kick going from 9 to 7 seconds, so a cooldown change. Then Combo Splinter Thud and Bolster Thump, they've added a text stating that the Float Death Cloud max targets are applied to the skill. Prime Hidden Claw, they've changed the skill as following. They've improved the first attack to combo more smoothly into the continuous attack. They changed the backwards travel distance during the cooldown to match the skill when used after a cooldown. Prime Fist Fury has been changed to recover HP per hit from 100 to 180. Prime Somersault, they've added an all AP plus 20 for 10 seconds buff, which is unavailable during the cooldown. Prime Sea Burial, we're looking at a removing of the increased damage effect when consuming Martial Spirit, but they've added a recovery of 225 HP per hit buff, and they increase the travel distance after using Flash Snap. Prime Wave Orb, they changed to recover 400 HP per hit regardless of Martial Spirit consumption, removing the previous recovery effects. They've changed to activate the Martial Spirit Enhanced effect when fully charged without Martial Spirit, and they've changed to immediately attack without maintaining charging when activating by consuming Martial Spirit. Prime Rage Hammer, they've added a 200 HP per hit buff as well, and recover HP per hit buff is applied even when, again, without using Martial Spirit. So a lot of HP on hit gains for Mystic. Damage-wise, Absolute Death Cloud is getting a big gain in the numbers, going from 2,700 to 6,600, but the PvP modifier is also going up from 52 to 83. Nice little bonus though, the critical hit rate is going up from 70 to 100. Prime Soul Basher, again, small damage gains, small increase in the PvP modifier. Prime Hidden Claw, again, medium-sized gains with PvP modifiers being added. And this keeps going for Fist Fury, Tornado Kick, then Sweeping Kick, Roaring Tiger, Somersault. Scissor Kick is going up a good chunk, but again with modifier matching. Rage Hammer, again going up, but modifiers going up as well. Sea Burial, again, damage going up, but modifier as well. And Wave Orb, again, going up with modifier. So overall, good PvE buff. The HP on hit regen might help Mystic a lot in PvE, but I'll have to see if I can find any Succession Mystic players that still play. This could be a nice little change. Guardian Succession has changes to Frostbitten Axe. So before the critical hit rate plus 2 per skill level for a total of 10%. After that, it will be all AP plus 1 per skill level for a total of plus 5. The recover HP effect remains unchanged. Foretold Encounter, they've removed the all accuracy rate buff plus 6% for 10 seconds. But for that, they've changed the accuracy rate buff of all skills from 19 to 25. They've improved Smoothly Combo into Black Blood Circle for the Prime Black Blood Slaughter. Gatecrasher, they've changed it that the Battle Axe does not enlarge anymore. And they've adjusted damage for Succession Guardian on Prime Avalanche Strike, Mountain Slam, Mutilation, Black Blood Circle, Boulder Crush, Prime Black Blood Slaughter, Ball Reveal, and Gatecrasher. In all cases, the damage is going up with modifications to the PvP modifier. In some cases, a bit smaller, in some cases, a bit bigger. Guardian Awakening also has a small change to the accuracy rate, +6 on the Cleansing Flame and Black Spirit's Cleansing Flame, but again, they've changed the accuracy rate buff of all skills from 19 to 25%. And then finally, we have the Hash. They've added a small change to the All's Dominion and Prime All's Dominion. They've added the combo into Sand Slicer and Tail Cutter. And for Prime All's Dominion, we also have a change to be unavailable during the cooldown. Otherwise, tiny changes to Ranger's Squall Shot, Windblade, Witch's Tectonic Block, Mystic's Prime Sweeping Kick, Fist Fury, and Tornado Kick, and also Mystic's Fist Fury. It's mostly just issues of the descriptions, and in one case, the cooldown was not applied when comboing after certain skills. Then we have the hardcore server being adjusted again. So we have the Black Spirit energy that once infested the Hystria is now gone. So the Hystria mobs are now going to become available for the tougher adventurers on the server. If you have 15,000 to 17,999 survival points, you can get the quest Defeat Ackman monsters for 4,800 quest points, or Hystria mobs for 5,000 points respectively. They've also added the Shout Warriors to appear in the Hystria Ruins. It is Yulho, Duran, and Solaria that appear there, again with some survival points and accessory boxes as rewards, in this case red grade. They've also doubled the chance of encountering Shrouded Warriors on the hardcore server, and they've also changed the mark displayed above the Shrouded Warriors' heads from a sort of flame effect with shield and two swords into a orb effect. It might make them more visible. I personally have not had trouble noticing them. They've also increased the HP of Boss Layton and Paturum by 3 times, but for that they've also changed the loot obtainable, so it is going from 1,000 survival points to 2,000. We're getting a blue grade accessory box and a blue grade weapon box guaranteed, with chances for yellow and red grade being provided on both Layton and Paturum. They've also improved the drop rate of yellow grade items in the regions of Gaha's Bandits and Pelakul J monsters. They've improved the drop rate of the red grade items in regions where Aquan Temple monsters spawn. They've also increased the amount of survival points obtainable upon defeating Ancient Weapons, Desert Nagas, Desert Krogans, Crescent Shrine, Gaha's Bandits, and Pelakul J monsters. And they also changed the icons to better distinguish between weapon, defense gear, and accessory boxes. So for the weapons, we have a little sword and shield. For the armor, we have a little helmet and looks like a body piece. And for the accessories, we have a ring earring symbol that is in the top left corner of the box. They've also added the enigmatic crow equipment boxes to the Wandering Merchants, and have adjusted the prices of the gear to be more affordable, with a chance to obtain green to red gear. So here we can see some yellow gear being available for 50,000 each. That is a quite reasonable price and makes it worthwhile to probably go for them. Then we have the hardcore server pre-season end date. So they do remind us that the current hardcore server pre-season will end with the April 10th maintenance, so we have only one more week till that ends. Then we have in Red Battlefield, they've added a device in the Red Battlefield Castle Ruins that weakens enemies infiltrating the starting point of the allied faction. So they've added a Defender's Light activation device near the Red Battlefield Quartermaster Daz at each faction's resurrection spot. Once you activate the device, it will enable Defender's Light at the allied faction starting point for about 5 minutes. This will weaken the enemies that are inside the start point by adding the following effects. So we have an all evasion rate -50 for 15 seconds, a damage reduction -500 for 15 seconds, guard gauge -100%, and no guard gauge recovery for 5 seconds. So stepping into that area will be a massive defensive debuff, and as such, this could mean that you get forced out of the area and you can't spawn camp as well. They've changed the NPC selling price for the 4 types of flame items. So these were not balanced with the selling price of their lower tier. So the embers, so the Flame of Despair, Flame of Frost, Flame of Honging, and Flame of Resonance have been adjusted. Flame of Honging might be worthwhile to now sell to the NPC compared to the embers. They've changed the item description box of the Osekia Kahelina chest. Excuse me. Then we have the changing of the affiliate territory for the Orzekia Elvia Monster Zone from Belenos to Odalita. They've also changed the Ataraxian 5-person co-op difficulty boss phase. Boss phase 3 combat to result in failure if the required number of party members for a specific mechanic is not met. They fixed the issue with the Ataraxian dungeon in the third phase, where a sphere did not explode when a target other than the one being chased has approached. They've also changed the Ataraxian ancient weapons appearing in the Orzekia Elvia zone to be summoned simultaneously at designated positions. And finally, they've changed the Ataraxian ancient weapons in the Elvia zone to return to their original positions if they get too close to each other, so you can't double pull. NPC background and sound, they've added the teleport to Orze's garden function to the Soul Magia located at Orze's root. Then we have the Node and Conquest War changes. So they've updated the stat limits for Tier 2 Node Wars and Conquest Wars to reflect the player's enhanced stats. For Tier 1 Node War, they're maintaining the current limits so that the adventurers with lower stats can still fully enjoy the Node Wars. Let's just go straight to the bigger selection. So we have the changes for Tier 1 being before Calphion Camasovia. This will change to Medalla and Valencia. Tier 2 used to be Belenos and Serendia. This will move to Calphion and Camasovia. And the capless Node Wars will used to be Medalla and Valencia, and this will now be Belenos and Serendia. Here we have the participation limits for each territory as shown. I'm not a big Node War guy. If you see your zone, you can gladly check this. This is from Sunday to Friday, the list, with the Occupation Node War at the top. Here we have the stat limit changes, so Tier 1 did change a little bit, so we have the AP restriction 497 going to 560, evasion restriction 848 going to 768, so evasion going down, damage reduction restriction going from 326 to 380, the damage reduction rate restriction going from 19 to 20%, accuracy going down from 860 to 780, and the otherwise no changes on the accuracy rate and the all resistance. Tier 2, the restrictions going from 606 to 680, evasion from 888 to 908, damage reduction from 420 to 480, damage reduction rate restriction going from 28% to 30%, accuracy restriction going up in Tier 2, going from 900 to 920, and again, no changes on the accuracy rate and all resistance restrictions. They've also changed the DP of the forts and annexes due to the stat limit changes, and they decreased the duration of the invincibility effect when resurrecting at the fort by 3 seconds. Then we have some small UI changes. So with the interest in fishing, they've added a function to the quotation board to view the only the currently owned trade items. So you can find the items that can be sold to the appropriate NPC. So in here, when you go to a trade manager or quotation board, you can go to the My Trade Goods. You can find items that can be sold to the appropriate NPCs among the currently owned trade items through this. So like that, you can track the price changes. They've also improved the order of the purchase and sell tabs in the quotation board of the world map to be in order of the sell and purchase. They've also improved the titles of the life skill mission tab to allow for more detailed mission content to be viewed. So it used to be guild supply mission. This has now been broken up to fishing, cooking, alchemy, and hunting, just to make it a little bit easier. They've also improved the area for viewing the scale of the guild mission windows to be set according to the size of your guild. So if you're a medium guild, it should automatically be set to medium. Then we have the general modification and changes. Some issues with the matchmaking system. We had some issues on the hardcore server with camera shake and Agris fever changes, or better said, activations or deactivations. Overall, just small changes, also some in the dungeon. With that, we're going to go into the events. First event we have Adventurers Have Spoken. So this is the voting event that we had, so from April 3rd to April 17th. we have now the treasure hunting course. This is what was voted on by 56% of the players. So we have the expanded drop locations for the following treasure items. We have the Map of Unknown piece, Lofty Bed Mountain upgraded compass, and the Lofty Bed Mountains upgraded compass telescope parts. For the Map of Unknown, the Road Sulfur pieces will also drop at Dekia Cyclops, and Piloku pieces will drop at Elvia Quint. Upgraded compass, the Akhman Temple has transferred over to Crescent Shrine. Hystria runes is Gyphon Arasia upper and lower, and for the Vodkan, we have Thornwood Forest. The Lafi Bed Mountains upgraded. The City of the Dead piece has moved to Izrahid. However, the Tonguebread does not have an alternative spot. Finally, we also have a fishing event, which was voted upon by 58% of the players. So we can catch various tuna at the spots below. So for Velia, we have the typical Velia spot. Heidel at the river. Altanova behind the stable keeper. Valencia City near the Fisher NPC Danio. Duvenkreun, the waterfall behind NPC Tammy. Or in Grana near the waterfall beside NPC Marandora. Ailton is also available with the bridge in the center of Ailton, with the Imperial Fishing Delivery right next to it. Similar to the spot at Nampo, which is from the left of the Imperial Fishing. And finally, we do have the Gyeonghongaru Pavilion again, with a nice view. The catchable tuna is a 1 million silver, 10 million silver, and 50 million silver tuna, which is the blue-backed, silver shimmering, and gold glimmering tuna. There was also a vote for 40% for the gathering, cooking, alchemy, and spirits, but this will be done as next week's update. Then we have a screenshot event, which is called Unleashing Team Spirit with your Guild League team uniform. This runs from April 3rd to April 24th. So you can design your Guild League team uniform, customize your outfit with creative ideas such as color dyes, mix and match, etc. Gather up your team members and take a group screenshots. Up to 13 members can be included. And you can then upload the screenshot on the official website in the Forums, Art and Media event category. In the header, you do need to include your region, GLT uniform, and the name of the team. And in the forum post description, you need to provide the family name info of all your team members who are included in the screenshot. This is the Team Marshmallow example that they give. Top 5 team rewards will be a premium outfit box, and for participation, you get an Enhancement Help Kit 3 and premium elixir box. The reward is provided for every team member, including the participating team's screenshot submission, and up to 13 team members per submission again. Then we have the login rewards for Springs here with a daily login rewards. Going through these, we have the Magical Shards, Jonas Fragments, Memory Fragments as usual, Books of Florin and Grolin, Corsair's Aura as we've become used to, some Radiant Shikatu seals. Nothing too special this month. Then we have the Experience Serenity with the Silent Night. The daily special pass has returned. So this will be available from April 3rd to June 5th. And the reward collection period is from April 3rd to June 19th. So the daily special is in the top corner of your near your minimap. You can get the free rewards in the top rows, and if you pay for the pass, which is 3,500 pearls, you can get the second rewards as well, which includes in this case the Silent Night, which is a nose, mouth, chin accessory, which you can also, according to Guildmates, transfer. Let me double check it. Yeah, it is not character bound, so it should be transferable to other characters. Then we have, for that, we have in the free zone, we have the Marvelous Balix Lunchbox, Item Collection Scrolls, Energy of Happiness, Elixir Box, Life Enhancement Kits, Inventory Expansion, Magical Elixirs, Laura's Black Tea, Florin Books, Old Moon Scrolls, Enhancement Kits, Memory Fragments, and Vice of Valks, with a Shikatu's Resplendent box at the end. In the case of the paid pass, you do get the Silent Night accessory, Magical Elixir box, which obtains Ellie's Magical Elixir and Fugar's Magical Elixir, a Choose Your Mate box, Choose Your Combat Life box, Life Enhancement Kit, Blessing of Old Moon Scrolls, a bigger inventory expansion, choose your Resplendent Storage, choose your Endless Journey box, Supreme Old Moon box, Enhancement Kit again, Artisan Memories, a 150 stack, and a Blessing of the Old Moon for 15 days. Here we have an example of the accessory. The Choose Your Resplendent Storage box is just like the other one that we've been getting for the different territories. It's a +8 expansion coupon for either these three, these two. Oh, as if you want to, you can just check. So Len the Morning Light has a +8 for Yukio Street, for example. Choose Your Life for Combat box gives you a selectable items list. Endless Journey box, again, a storage or transaction made. Inventory expansion value pack 20 days. Come Sylvia 20 days. Old Moon 20 days. And with that, we're already going into the Pearl Shop update. So again, we have the Daily Pass mentioned. The Silent Night item is family bound, so here we have the secondary confirmation, so you can transfer it between your characters. It is also available for all classes. This is a one-time per family purchase for 3,500 pearls. Then we have the Blacksmith Shiny Box returns. It's a 1+1 Blacksmith Shiny Box for 470 pearls. This is a gamble box again, so it is unavailable in Belgium and Netherlands. Personally, I don't really think these are worthwhile most of the time. If you want to gamble your money, this can be always a good deal, but I think it's better to just buy outfits. Then we have the April Fresh Start Pack, which is sold from April 3rd to April 17th, which is 50% off, so it goes from 7,950 to 3,975, which is 2 premiums, a storage box, and the Choose Your Endless Journey box with some extra loot scrolls and combat life scroll boxes. Then we have the typical Artisan Enhanced Support Pack, and support packs, including the Artisan's Blessing as a possible. We have a reduction of 30% on the Choose Your Resplendent storage box ×4, going from 600 to 420 pearls. This can be purchased 3 times within the sales period. Choose Your Penta Maid box, so that's 5 maids for 3,900 pearls instead of 6,000, so 35% off. Life Begins pack, it's the costume pack with a item brand stone, going 30% off down to 2,380. And additional discounts this time are Mount Skill selection coupons, going -40% from 3,100 to 1,860 pearls, at least once per family. Reset Mount Growth scale, so Reset Mount Growth goes from 1,600 to 1,280, which is 20% off. And the Horse Gear and Wagon category sale is 30% off. And with that, we have the patch notes for April 3rd, 2025. Overall, I was looking forward to this. I am still kind of looking forward to it. Also have to admit I'm looking forward to tomorrow's patch to see what's going to be the next classes that will be changing. If this was helpful, just leave a like and a subscribe on the channel. It's super appreciated, but not necessary. And if you want to, you can also swing by Twitch while I'm streaming. And I hope you have a great day.